This video will show you how to create a preset in editing in Camera Raw so that you can then use that as a starting point to edit subsequent images in a series of work and to reset adjustments that you work on in Camera Raw. I've selected 3 images for a series of work that I want to work with in Adobe Bridge. I'll then open that up in Camera Raw. You can see that the 3 images are located on the left-hand side. I can then begin to start my editing process, working from the Basics panel, moving it back and forth here. If it gets to a point where you're not really happy with the results, you can simply double-click on any of these adjustments and it'll go back to the default, or you can simply press the Option key and the Cancel button becomes a reset button, so you can simply start back from the very beginning. I'm going to create a preset with this particular image where I'm going to then work with this in a grayscale, black and white image. So I can convert this to a grayscale image, start to make some adjustments to the image that I see that works best for turning this black and white. Let's move this to a split tone, so maybe in the highlights we add some blue to the actual highlights here. Some in the shadow area here we can then maybe add a little bit of a yellow to this. So that looks like a really nice black and white conversion of the actual image. If I want to have this conversion to work with the other 2 images as a series of work, I can then go to the section here called Presets and then simply click on a new preset. Allows you to use all of these subset settings where I really just worked with split toning as well as black and white, or you could just leave these all checked. It's pretty easy just to leave them all checked. As long as you leave some type of name that is kind of detailed that allow you to understand what this preset is. So I'm going to name this black and white with split tone. And then simply click OK with that. I can then move on to the next images and then just go to the presets section here. Just simply make one click, and in a few steps I can have these 3 series of work looking very similar with that same type of editing techniques. As you can see with this one, it doesn't necessarily work so well as the other 2, so I can always just go back to the adjustments panel here and make further refinements and adjustments to the images to really make this pop as the way that I want it to work in the very end. So working with the adjustments and pressing the Option key, changing that to resets, as well as using presets.